Okay, I'm now in the basement on the starting on the finished side here as we go through the interior walkthrough. First thing I wanted to discuss was the tile floor you see here. There's two different types. These 9 by 9 inch tiles here that you see, and then some 12 by 12 inch tiles over here in this section. Typically speaking, these 9 by 9 inch tiles have the potential to contain asbestos. There's two different color types here and here. The only way to know for sure, of course, is lab testing, but it is something I would recommend. They're in good shape. It's not going to pose a health concern unless the materials are damaged and you start breathing them in. However, they should be treated or tested as potentially asbestos containing. So there's some signs of seepage here potentially, but it looks like a dry basement overall. I think if there is active moisture, we'd be seeing a lot more damage on the wood paneling. Go around little bar area here. Come through, we're going to come on the mechanical side. Again, these tiles here look typically like linoleum. I don't think these have the asbestos potential like the others. There's an older stove and range here. As you'll see in the report, should be removed. The electrical panel and service have been nicely upgraded, which is good. You got 100 amps coming in. There is, of course, knob and tube wiring up here. Let me grab my flashlight. You can see that round wires coming in there. Again, very typical for a home of this age. There'll be more comments. In addition to the masonry repairs on the chimney exterior, the furnace HVAC system has been nicely upgraded. However, the water heater is the only thing that's venting through the chimney. So in addition to the brick repairs, there should be a metal liner for what's known as an orphaned water heater, when that is the only thing that is venting through a chimney. Commode down here, and then just a little storage area. There is a crack in the foundation wall here, kind of vertical, not a structural concern. And then they have these mattresses kind of trapping moisture up against the block, so it looks like we do have a little bit of some sort of mold or mildew, microbial growth there. And of course there's a need for smoke and CO detectors throughout the house, additional ones. I'll have the locations of those. And then some small things you'll see in the report, like there's some ductwork here that has an opening. It's probably not really causing much of a concern, but should be properly sealed off just for good practice. Okay, I'm going to shut the video off and we'll walk through the two main levels of the house. Okay, now I'm just inside the front door as we start the interior walkthrough of the property. One thing I noticed right off the bat is the windows are in good shape. They're a good quality vinyl replacement window, and the outlets are correct for knob and tube wiring. There are two-prong outlets. So this room does not have a ceiling light fixture, it's just controlled by lamps. So, and then upstairs, looks like a couple light bulbs are out. So I just have to do my best with the flashlight in a couple areas. But down here, there's two bedrooms on this level, hardwood floors. I wanted to discuss these ceiling tiles here. The potential is here with these to be asbestos containing as well. I don't want to damage the surface too much, but usually when these have this kind of pattern on it, it could be, again, with the floor in the basement and also the second level. The only way to know for sure is to test, but I would treat those materials accordingly. Second bedroom here, this one has a drywall ceiling, so that ceiling tiles are only in that room there. Coming to the bathroom. A few things to note here. The toilet's a bit loose, and there is no outlet servicing the vanity, which is not an uncommon problem with homes of this age. So the water lines here and in the kitchen, which I'm just about to walk into, don't have shut-off valves at the vanity and sink itself, which really you should, just in case of emergency. Again, there's some ceiling tiles here with the pattern on it, which usually could indicate asbestos-containing materials. Look at the kitchen sink here. Again, underneath, you can see the water lines don't have shutoff valves, and this is what's known as an S-trap, which no longer meets the applicable codes and standards just due to siphoning issues. So you'll see that noted in the report. And we're going to come up. So again, I mentioned the lights are out. There is voltage, bear with me for just a second, at the switch. So I'm assuming it's just bulbs that are out up here. Again, we see an example of these 9x9 inch tiles that could have the potential to be asbestos containing. This level is mostly finished. There is kind of these little attic crawl spaces, nicely insulated. These tiles here, I believe, are wood fiber like those in the basement. Be good to have a CO2 detector on this level. You'll see noted in the report. And again, this area was being used as a bedroom. They have this window AC unit, but there is a heat register here, which is good. So there is HVAC supply. And again, we have another smaller attic space here. A little bit of insulation falling down, really should be repaired. You'll see that noted in the report. So with that, I will be sending the materials over later. Just let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.